Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Thrive Labs, the place to bring your technical analysis to the next level and learn all about technical analysis and trading. I'm your host, Mike Williams, as usual, and today I'll be talking about the next big levels on Bitcoin to be aware of. And I'm gonna keep this video short, simple, and sweet so that you are prepared as we transition into the holidays period, marking out the end of the year. As a matter of fact, let's just dive straight into it. But before I do, if you like these videos, please leave a like and subscribe, and then you will also get a notification on every single new video that's gonna come out, which is time sensitive. So make sure that you do that, and then you will never have to miss another update. Let's dive straight into it. What is going on with Bitcoin? Are we reversing the trend? Is the top in? And where do we stand really? And I want to show you a very simple piece of analysis, because what have we done? We have traversed all the way to $45,000, more or less, just a little bit below it, but I'm gonna class it as $45,000, as I usually class these kind of regions, these levels as regions. Since then, we have seen quite a significant drop, and we've seen pretty much a choppy range over the last week. And now it does seem that we have come down to yet another rotation, giving more definition to this local range over here. Let me mark that out for you so that you actually are aware of what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this local range. And we have found support here at that $40,000.3 level. And we've come down here once again, and we are in the process of revisiting these kind of levels. Why this level, and why is this an important level to be aware of? Well, if you have been following these videos for a while, then you are already might already be aware. But it is always nice to basically go a little bit back in time so that you are aware of what has happened in the past and how certain analysis can come back into play as time progresses. Because all that happened over here is we have had this upward sloping channel before breaking out, seeking new yearly highs, not once but twice, before actually backtesting this channel. And now, as we are entering into the new week, the last week before the week of Christmas, we are now retesting that level. And with that, it also marks out quite an important level where we can assess the situation, whether the situation is more bullish or more bearish. And really, it is all about this region. This is at the moment, I would say, quite an important support region where price is now exploring what to do with it. We are a little bit in an indecision period. If we zoom down into the slightly lower time frame, you can see that we've come down to this region, not exactly tapping it, but ranging right now about it. We have tested this channel, which is technically really well respected, but we're also experiencing currently a bounce. And as of now, we are simply just ranging just above this channel. Now, what does it mean if we actually get back into this channel? Well, what it really means is, I would not necessarily class this as extremely bearish price action, but rather I would say if that happens, if we start coming back into this region, and then more specifically, if we actually start, losing this little region over here as well, then we have gotten complete acceptance back into this upward sloping channel. And for me, that is a signal of more digestion, meaning that we are that the price is prone to entering into a more reflective state, which means that there is a little bit more sideways price action. Price is simply coming to a halt, and it is time to reflect whether price is expensive or cheap in this region. That is why this level, or better said, $40,000, is kind of like a very important region where that first level, where that first real test is really coming into play. And that channel here helps with us helps us with that quite a bit. Forgive my English. It is Monday morning after all, but I felt compelled to give you this short and sweet update. So for me, this is a very important level. If we actually get back into it, backtest this, then the probabilities are ever much so increasing that we're going to see a rotation to at least the downside of this channel. Now that signals to me, like I said before, not necessarily extremely bearish price action. I still do not think as of yet that this has been the ultimate top of this year's rally. As a matter of fact, we haven't even broken back inside this channel as of yet. So there's still a possibility that we can just continue going up from here. But if we do get back into this channel, that opinion would not necessarily change immediately, but I would rather think, okay, then we might see these highs being tested just a little bit later on rather than, let's say, this week or next week even, right? And the situation, the probabilities increase just a lot that we're going to get a little bit more of a slow, sideways, range-bound price action. And that is also of course, because there's some holidays coming up and people are simply just, taking some time off the charts, and above everything, being aware of this kind of technical analysis and setting your expectations allows me to keep my focus clear and not necessarily all the time think, oh, is this bullish or is this bearish? It is more for me like a few puzzle pieces that I'm piecing together, and that set my expectations for when, what is going to happen and what are the probabilities. And when the probabilities are in my favor, that is when I can just continue on and continue trading this. Now, if we do get acceptance back within this channel, right, then we have some other levels that we can look for, which is $38,000, very important level where additional support is coming into place, such as a daily level. We have Fibonacci levels lining up there. We have volume levels lining up there. So that for me would be an important checkpoint. Should we lose that level, which to me is very far away at the moment, doesn't look very likely yet, but we want to be prepared for it. So if we do lose this level, then I foresee a further drop to the downside with another key inflection point coming in at $34,000, and that for me would be really the line in the sand. If we start trading below that, then I might have to adjust my my bias a little bit and say like, hey, maybe this was after all the temporary top, and we are in for a deeper retracement. Now, as long as that doesn't happen, I remain bullish on Bitcoin. I do foresee higher prices, even if we see a deeper retracement. If we do see a deeper retracement, I simply foresee a delay in that increase in price. But as long as we don't get fully accepted back within this channel, then higher prices remain the most likely. And then more locally, if we zoom into the more local time frames for the day traders out there, we have that $41,220 for today as our resistance. If we manage to reclaim that, then the probabilities increase, and it is much more likely that this was a support level, which currently it still is, but that would just confirm it a little bit more, and we can see an increase in price once again, potentially testing finally that $45,000 to $50,000 region. And with that, I hope that this update keeps your management and expectations a little bit in check, backed up by actual technical analysis that gives us the fact on what is happening on the chart, rather than what we want to happen, or rather than giving into our emotions, where we say, oh, this is the bull market has ended, let's sell everything, and basically acting out of either greed or fear. This is what we do here at Thrive Labs each and every single day in the community. We prepare the day in advance so we know what we can expect when the probabilities change, and that is how we can make trading decisions based off of facts and expectations, rather than getting married to a bias and letting our emotions control our decision-making process. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my update for today, keeping it simple here, but really in the end there's no need. Once if it is simple, then why overcomplicate things? This is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've enjoyed this update. Have a great week ahead, and I would say keep an eye out on this channel, because I will be doing some Christmas specials this week and next week, and I think that's going to be good. We will be taking a look at the macro picture and discuss some fundamentals if that is of your interest. I'll be doing live streams where the chat is going to be open, ready for some discussions and some interaction with each other. So I'm looking forward to the next 2 weeks. It's gonna be good, and hopefully until then this video helps you stay on top of your game. Have a good one, everybody, and cheers. Bye bye.